Liza had always dreamed of seeing Great Britain. Her friend Anna, who had moved to a small town in Cornwall, invited her to visit. Cornwall was famous for its picturesque nature, ancient legends, and an atmosphere steeped in history. Liza decided to fly to save travel time. She was excited and eagerly awaited the meeting with Anna. But strange events began even at the airport. During check-in, the airline employee, while examining her ticket, suddenly became very serious and advised Liza to be careful. She didn't explain anything, only mentioning in passing that the flight Liza was taking had a bad reputation. Liza didn't pay much attention to it and proceeded to board. Everything was calm on the plane until it hit severe turbulence. Passengers began to panic, and Liza felt her heart pounding in her chest. Suddenly, she saw a woman sitting across the aisle who was looking at her with a terrified expression. The woman was whispering something, and Liza could make out only one word: curse. The plane landed at Cornwall Airport, and Liza tried to forget all the strange events. Anna met her with hugs and a sincere smile, which helped Liza relax a bit. They got into Anna's old Volkswagen and drove along the narrow, winding roads to her house. Anna lived in an old cottage on the outskirts of town, surrounded by a dense forest. The house looked very cozy, but something was off. When Liza entered, she felt a cold draft, as if someone had opened a window. Anna assured her it was just a draft, and that old houses always had their quirks. Liza couldn't sleep the first night. She heard strange noises, like someone walking under the house. When she tried to tell Anna about it, she just smiled and said it was common in such old houses. But Liza felt something was wrong. The next day, they decided to take a walk in the forest. Anna told Liza about local legends and stories, one of which caught her attention. The legend spoke of an ancient curse that had fallen upon these lands after an old lord had a young girl bricked up in his mansion. Since then, her cries could be heard at night, and those who tried to find her spirit vanished without a trace. Liza didn't believe in such things, but when they approached the old mansion, which looked gloomy and abandoned, she felt an inexplicable fear. Anna suggested they return home, and Liza agreed, although she couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching them. That night, Liza woke up to strange sounds coming from the basement. She went downstairs and saw the basement door open. Despite her fear, curiosity got the better of her. She took a flashlight and went down. The basement was large and cold, with damp brick walls and a floor covered in dust. Suddenly, Liza heard a faint crying sound. Her heart beat faster. She walked further and saw an old wooden chest. As she approached, the crying grew louder. Liza opened the chest and found an old diary. She took it and hurried back to her room. There she opened the first page and saw a name, Elizabeth. The diary belonged to the girl Anna had mentioned. Reading the diary, Liza learned about her tragic fate and the horrific events that had taken place in this house many years ago. The next day, Liza decided to go to the local archive to learn more. She found old newspapers describing the mysterious disappearances of people in this house. They all tried to uncover the secret of the old curse. Liza realized she needed to tell Anna about the diary and her suspicions. When she returned home, Anna looked worried. She said she had a strange dream where Elizabeth was asking for help. That night, Liza and Anna decided to go to the basement again and try to find more clues. They went down, and Liza heard the same crying again. They approached the wall, where it seemed Elizabeth's spirit was hidden. Anna noticed one of the bricks looked unusual. She pulled it out, and a hidden room opened before them. They entered and saw a young girl sitting on the floor, crying. It was Elizabeth. Elizabeth told them that her spirit had been trapped here for hundreds of years because of the curse, and she couldn't find peace. Liza and Anna realized they had to help free her. They found an old ritual described in the diary and performed it. When the ritual was completed, Elizabeth thanked them and disappeared. But the house started shaking as if it was collapsing from within. Liza and Anna barely managed to run out of the house before it crumbled. They stood outside, looking at the ruins, feeling relieved, knowing Elizabeth's spirit had finally found peace. After this incident, Liza returned home, but she would never forget the terrifying adventures that befell her in Cornwall. And although she no longer believes in ghosts, she steers clear of the mysteries of old houses.